Oh, Netflix, you just never cease to surprise me with the mediocrity. I checked out the number one streamer currently on the app, and it just so happens to be another one of those crime, drama, documentary, whatever things. This one's called Aileen, the queen of the serial killers. It's about that lovely gal, Aileen Wuornos, who killed 7 men. You may remember there was a movie called Monster with Charlize Theron. Great film. Came out quite a while back. You also probably remember that they've already covered this lady a lot in the past. So Netflix has decided in their infinite wisdom to cover her again. Because I guess they're running out of serial killers? I don't know. I want to talk about this film. Let's begin. Before I get into the details, if you wouldn't mind getting into that subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, even hitting that notification bell on YouTube, that way future videos by me show up in your feed, I would appreciate it. I post a lot of movie content every day almost. It's quite wild. I really don't have much of a life, and I find myself trolling and Netflix for different films to watch and be upset about going to the theaters and dealing with all the riffraff that's making noise. I'm really nothing more than a shell of a man at this point. But let's talk about Aileen. So come on, Aileen. Oh, you killing Aileen. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. You fucking everything. Aileen, Queen of the Serial Killers, is less of a movie and more of a complete waste of time. The movie is for some reason an hour and 45 minutes long, but it feels like 8. It's directed by Emily Turner. I use air quotes because I don't really know what direction there was to give. It's basically, hey, let's take all the footage we have from this woman and let's just chronologically place it on a video timeline. And then we'll just sprinkle in random ass footage from the 80s and the 90s that sometimes makes sense with the conversation. Other times it's just people on bikes driving around. At one point, there was a shot where a car almost runs into a train, and I got out of my chair like, whoa, what is that story? I want to follow that story. It has nothing to do with this Aileen bitch, but that would have been fun. So what new salty information has been unearthed that justifies this film to exist? Nothing! Nothing at all. We're going to be spending the majority of the time with a reporter lady who's going to go to some of the scenes of the crime. We're going to have another lady interviewing Aileen here and there. We're going to get, again, random ass footage that doesn't really make sense with the story. And that's it. That's the whole film. It's going to chronologically take us through how this woman started killing these guys, her court hearing, to her inevitable execution by electric chair. I mean, I always get pushback on this. They're not technically movies, they're documentaries. They don't usually have ratings assigned to them, but it's trending number one on the movies tab on Netflix. So it's here, I'm talking about it. I don't really care about the nuances of it all. If it's moving pictures, it's a movie to me. This has no rating on IMDb. I would put it at R just for adult language and adult situations being talked about. The film is presented in 4:3 aspect ratio. As I stated, it's an hour and 40 some minutes long. And as fascinating as this could have been played out, it's just not here. There's nothing inspiring going on here. There's no real narrative. It's just a series, a collection of different pieces of footage put to the screen. And that's it. Again, the movie Monster exists. That's a far more entertaining watch. As far as the slant is concerned, which way they present this woman compared to what she really was like, I really didn't get a sense of them doing her justice or injustice. It seemed to me to be pretty cut and dry and honestly not interesting in the slightest. Okay, this woman had sex with over 400 guys. She was a prostitute. She then had a rough encounter with one of the individuals, potentially sexually assaulted according to her, which we then find out later she did lie a bit about the details. She kills this guy and then would go on to murder 6 others, hiding their body throughout Florida and different nearby areas, and would also go on to lie about the situations they put her in. The only narrative that's really on display here is how kind of pathetic and sad it is that we're still giving these people attention, these mentally disturbed individuals who, at least in her case, wanted the attention. She mentions it several times during interviews, how she wanted to be seen in the public spotlight, how she had her new adopted mother go out and do a bunch of interviews on her behalf. She wanted the attention, and here we are in 2025. Once again giving it to her, and I guess I'm feeding into it. I'm part of the problem because I'm talking about her too. My own personal issues aside, at least I'm doing a public service announcement to you to not waste your time watching this one. it's not good. It's not presented well. It doesn't look interesting. There's no slickness to the presentation. It's just the most basic ass shit you could have thrown out in such a... I could have put this movie together if I was given the clips to assemble within a week, maybe less. There's barely any music in it. There's no interesting score accompanying this thing. There's no fancy editing going on. And so when you don't even have a slick production and you're just left with a bare bones presentation that has no real layer or nuance to it at all, it's just stale and completely unnecessary. And I guess that's the best summarization I can give for this. It's completely unnecessary. All right, I'm not gonna waste any more time. I just wanted to cover it because, again, I gotta keep up with what the kids are watching these days. I also covered A House of Dynamite, another movie that I was not too thrilled with. I already covered that on my show as well. Would encourage you to check that out and sub to the show once more. All right, that's all I have for you. This was a huge miss. Let me know in the comments if you were a lot more glowing on it. Like, oh, I didn't know who this woman was. It was nice to learn about her misadventures. Thanks for bringing it up, Netflix. Please leave a comment and let me know, and hopefully I see you next time. Take care.